Have you ever stopped to consider why some individuals endure immense pain yet emerge with greater strength and clarity, while others remain ensnared by suffering for years? Tony Robbins, a preeminent figure in human development, reveals a profound truth. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. This assertion at first glance might seem stark. After all, who consciously chooses to suffer? Yet the reality is that we often perpetuate our suffering by resisting pain, denying our feelings, or clinging to narratives that reinforce our vulnerabilities. The crucial insight lies in understanding that pain is not an adversary. On the contrary, it can be a formidable teacher. Pain carries a message. It directs our attention to areas requiring examination and transformation. And when you resolve to confront this pain with courage and purpose, it metamorphoses into a catalyst for growth. Consider two individuals experiencing the same predicament. Both are laid off. One succumbs to despair, becoming paralyzed and feeling powerless. The other, despite the initial shock, chooses to perceive it as an opportunity to restart, refine their skills, and pursue something greater. Both experienced pain, but only one chose to grow through it. The divergence lies in how you interpret your experiences. Tony Robbins posits that it is not the events themselves that shape your life, but the meaning you ascribe to them. In essence, you possess the power to determine what each painful experience signifies within your narrative. This is precisely what we shall explore henceforth: how to shift focus, reframe interpretations, act with clarity even in the most arduous moments, and above all, leverage pain as a springboard to become a stronger, more conscious, and better equipped individual for life's demands. Perhaps you are currently navigating a period of pain, seeking an answer to this very question: how can I transcend this without being broken? How can I utilize this moment, however harsh, as a turning point? In the ensuing minutes, we will delve into concepts, reflections, and strategies capable of fundamentally altering your approach to pain. You will discover that even amidst the darkest hours, an inherent strength resides within you, a strength poised for emergence. Tony Robbins emphasizes that everything commences with focus. Where you direct your attention, there your energy will invariably flow. If you choose to dwell on what you've lost, on the pain or frustration, the inclination is to sink deeper and deeper into it. Conversely, if you opt to direct your focus toward learning, toward what you can build from that experience, your energy transforms and so does your reality. Pain, in this context, doesn't vanish. However, it ceases to be a paralyzing burden and instead becomes a catalyst. Robbins frequently reiterates, where focus goes, energy flows. This is one of the keys to transcending suffering and embracing growth. Yet focus alone is insufficient. You must imbue the pain with new meaning. After all, nothing possesses an immutable significance. You are the one who assigns meaning to experiences. A romantic breakup might signify the absolute end of everything for one person, and the commencement of a new chapter for another. The divergence lies in the narrative one constructs. Reflect. What is the story you've been telling yourself about your pain? Have you cast yourself as a victim or as the protagonist? Have you been telling yourself that you are incapable, or have you been striving to understand what this pain seeks to teach you? The transformation occurs the moment you decide to ascribe new meaning to what has transpired. When you cease asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and begin to inquire, "What can I learn from this?" everything shifts. And following focus and meaning comes the third element: action. Pain devoid of action transmutes into suffering. When you move, even in the smallest way, you begin to reclaim control of your life. A single step, a decision, an attitude, all of these signal that you are no longer at the mercy of the pain, but are leveraging it as fuel. Tony Robbins asserts, action is the antidote to fear. And we can extend this. Action is also the antidote to suffering. When you act, you shatter the cycle of paralysis and commence building a new reality, founded on courage rather than stagnation. These three pillars, focus, meaning, and action, constitute a robust foundation for transforming any adversity into growth. However, there exists an even more profound level which we shall now explore. The juncture where you begin to perceive pain as a disguised gift. An opportunity to access inner strengths you were unaware you possessed. There comes a point in the journey where pain ceases to be merely an impediment and evolves into a watershed moment. It is when you start to realize that however arduous the experience may have been, it is shaping you for something greater. Tony Robbins terms this growth through pain. It's not about enduring suffering, but rather about using each scar as evidence of evolution. Pain at this level ceases to be a punishment and transforms into purpose. We begin to understand that it's not against us, but in our favor. It reveals weaknesses, challenges limiting beliefs, and pushes us out of our comfort zones. True growth rarely occurs in moments of tranquility. It emerges from friction, from discomfort, from confronting that which we seek to avoid. A powerful analogy Tony Robbins employs is that of the emotional muscle. Just as a physical muscle requires resistance to grow, the emotional one also needs to be challenged. Every time we face a difficult situation with courage, we are training this invisible muscle, developing resilience, emotional intelligence, and clarity of purpose. But there is something even more profound, the capacity to change our emotional state through physiology. Robbins teaches that it's not enough to simply think differently. One must act differently, including with one's body. The way you move, breathe, and speak directly affects your emotions. Emotional pain can be neutralized when you alter your posture, change your breathing, and place yourself in a state of presence and strength. This technique is utilized on a large scale at Robbins events. Individuals who arrive emotionally paralyzed often leave transformed simply by changing their physiology. It's a simple yet extraordinarily potent tool. The body influences the mind, not just the other way around. Another fundamental concept is post-traumatic growth. While trauma can paralyze some individuals, others manage to find meaning in the chaos and transform pain into a mission. There are countless cases of people who, after profound losses, serious illnesses, or failures, discovered their true life purpose. Pain, in this context, was the seed of an extraordinary life. And perhaps the highest point of this transformation is gratitude for pain. It's not about enjoying what happened, but recognizing that it was necessary for your evolution. When you can look back and be thankful for difficult experiences, it's a sign that you have truly learned from them. This doesn't weaken you, it liberates you. You no longer need to flee from pain. From now on, you can walk with it and make it an ally, because ultimately, it is pain that shows us who we truly are and what we are made of. Now that you grasp the profundity of this message, it's time to integrate all that has been said and view your pain through a different lens. From this moment forward, you face a clear choice: remain ensnared by suffering or leverage that pain as a catalyst for your personal evolution. Tony Robbins posits that our destinies are forged in moments of decision, and choosing to grow through adversity is among the most potent decisions one can make in life. This endeavor demands courage, but equally surrender, awareness, and accountability. It is not about disregarding your feelings, but rather about transforming the significance of what has wounded you. Reflect upon the adversities you've navigated thus far. Some may have left indelible scars, others you might not have even processed yet. Yet without exception, each carries a profound lesson within it. And when you elect to learn from them rather than resist, you begin to access dormant versions of yourself. Nothing transforms until you do. And no pain dissipates until you resolve what you will do with it. Pain can either plunge you into the abyss or propel you forward. It can shatter you or sculpt you. The divergence lies in your volition. Henceforth, you can commence perceiving each pain as a launching pad, as a clarion call to action, as an opportunity to become someone who transcends the superficial, someone who opts to live with intent, purpose, and consciousness. And if you've arrived at this juncture, it signifies your readiness for this subsequent phase. You are prepared to redefine your relationship with pain, with your narrative, and with your future. Comment now, I choose to grow with pain. This seemingly simple declaration embodies a powerful commitment. It signals that you are no longer a pawn to circumstance, you are at the helm. And should you wish to delve even deeper, armed with practical tools and direct insights from Tony Robbins, access the link provided in the description and pinned in the first comment. There, you will discover the comprehensive collection featuring 4 seminal works. Notes from a Friend, Awaken the Giant Within, Unlimited Power, and Money, Master the Game. These books serve as veritable compasses for those aspiring to transform their lives, cultivate their mindset, enhance their emotional intelligence, elevate their performance, and bolster their financial acumen. This is content of unparalleled value, and it may be precisely what you require at this juncture. Finally, if you have persevered to the conclusion of this discourse, my sincere congratulations. This alone places you ahead of the majority. You have exhibited focus, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to your growth. Comment now, I've reached the end, I am persistent, I will win. This mindset is what separates those who merely wish to change from those who truly do. See you soon. Until then, stay steady, stay strong, and never waste a moment of pain again.